Okay. Okay.
Yep.
I love you, Theo.
Okay.
Wah, wah, wah.
And we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's another Monday night tarot session. I am Locus. I am learning mediumship from a professional medium. This is Bana. She is usually on camera, but tonight, due to the messiness and craziness taking place in her home and family life, there will be no camera. There will just be a nice, soothing voice that you're going to listen to and that I ought to listen to.
So dumb, man.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry. The child has spoke in the background there. Apologies.
Hi, hi, hi. So yeah, I just introduced you.
Hi, everyone.
All
Nice to see you.
right. So Mikey said that he had some ideas ready for me today as far as like reading stuff goes.
Yep.
Um,
I'm actually going to have him kind of drive what you're reading and what you're doing today. And then what I'm going to do is I'll just be here to kind of be the sounding board for your readings.
okay. All right.
And yeah,
I think that's how
we're
we're
going
gonna
to play
play
it today and see.
Yeah, since it was going to be, we won't be able to do as long of a stream or anything. I figured we
Yeah.
could do a little practice on some standard stuff. And one of the things I thought of, if you think it'd be fitting, would
Uh
be
huh.
kind of what would you say, like this whole week of events here at the house, like the neighbors and everything else.
Okay, I think you're already giving away too much, so I'll just start reading for that then.
Yep, that sounds like a good plan.
All right. Cards, let me know what is the deal with Mikey and Vanna's home life, including whatever's transpiring over there. Tell me what I should know. And yeah, 1, 2, 3. Let's fan these babies out because I've been shuffling these mofos all for the last like 10 minutes. So um, let's this is at the bottom. One. I'm guessing we need 4, 2, 3, 4. Interesting. Okay. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Swords in reverse. Then we have the that's the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Then we have the Three of Cups in reverse. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles upright. Then we have the. We always get this card, dude. The Nine of Wands in reverse.
That seems to be an underlying theme there. It keeps coming up and repeating, and it's kind
Yeah.
of
Looks like my stream kind of froze. Hold on 1 second. Sorry.
mhm, no worries.
Um. Why did I do that? Yeah. There you are. Um, it's gonna activate it over here. Alright, so it's activated. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Not much we can do during Mercury retrograde.
All
Retrograde.
technology breaks during that.
Yeah. Alright, there we go. Alright. So I'll move these cards a little closer so they're a little more visible. So at the bottom we of the deck, the base underlying energy of all of this, we have the Two of Swords in reverse, which upright. Let's show it to the camera. Which upright is all about indecision, kind of like a stalemate. Um, not a lot of stuff. If we look at this card, she's very contemplative. Like she doesn't want to let something go. Um, very moody, very moonish. Blues. The blues are like a very, very. The word I'm looking for is depressing blue. Very depressing blue. Um, she's on a ledge, so it kind of feels to me that she has to make a decision. But this is in reverse. So to me, this is basically like kind of go with the flow energy. It's nothing too serious, nothing too crazy. Well, crazy in the sense of like dramatic. Um, then we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse, and this generally is about feeling left out, excluded, not having your emotional needs met, isolated, and things of that sort. And looks like none of that's taking place. Just, I guess what I'm feeling is like a little more inclusive taking place. But then we have the Three of Cups in reverse, which is kind of interesting given all that sort of stuff. It's almost kind of like perhaps the community sort of component of everything is a little too overwhelming. Too much is happening. No real place for solitude and reflection within all of that. But then we have the Ace of Pentacles upright, and that kind of feels more like. Hold on, let me share the screen again. Yeah, so then we have the Ace of Pentacles upright again, and it's got these crops. It's like an opportunity to I don't know, like share an abundance. I guess within the chaos of everything, there is an abundance that I don't think you're overlooking, and you actually kind of realize it. It may be overwhelming at the time, but there's something very sweet about the whole ordeal. And then you get this guy at the very end, and it's kind of like I guess you didn't really prep for all the chaos to ensue, so to say, and just taking things as they go. And yeah, that's my general assessment of everything.
Now, hon, would you like to respond, or would you like me to do that one? Because that was
Ooh, buddy, I'm gonna let him. That was actually really, really good and spot on. So
Really?
it was
Nice.
dead spot on. And so when I had asked it about it earlier, I don't know if you kind of, when you were thinking about it too, and then because like I didn't say anything in particular other than it's like it's just that's neighborhood, and everything.
Right.
And so it fits everything perfectly, because there was some chaotic event that did create kind of that scenario where it's everybody around was affected,
Right.
be it whether they were involved or not. It was something around that everybody just kind of got brought into one way or another. And it did create that chaos. It did create the things that we weren't planning for this to happen. So like we have had to change some plans. We've had to adjust some things accordingly based on what happened that we had already planned. But there, with like you said, with the Pentacles, there is, and the way that you worded it isn't the way I would have worded it. I would have kind of put as more of like there's, despite all of the bullshit, there's still one good thing coming out of it, right?
Right.
And in a way, there actually is a good thing coming out of this, because like we could say that there's, because of this situation, there's now a postponement on conversations back and forth with some people, and
Interesting.
the conversations naturally as they go, they would create a stressful situation and stuff that we didn't really care to be dealing with all the time.
Oh,
But
interesting.
now, hey, we don't have to deal with that part because for the time being, and so there is that kind of okay, well now we have the break from this while this is going on. So like as you were going through, and it nailed everything that happened. In particular, the one thing I was thinking about
Huh. Interesting.
perfectly.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Hold on.
Yancey says,
Hold
read
on.
my palm. I want you to gently touch my hand.
Well,
Well-
that's gonna be a Tariq realm, because, buddy, I can't read palms. I'll tell you what. I've been trying to read mine for 3 years, and I still haven't figured that one
Hey,
out.
Yancey, I can read fingers. Kind of like this one. So since you're in here, Yance, we're gonna read your cards. We're gonna see what the future has in store for you, or what the present has in store for you. What do you want to know, Yance? What do you want to know?
Tell us everything, because we're gonna know it anyway.
If you don't respond
And if
in
you
5
don't tell us,
seconds,
we're gonna create some random thing like that, like how long until you turn gay or something.
Yeah, exactly.
So you better.
Exactly.
You might want to have a. Will I get? Oh my. Okay. I mean, that's not a bad question. Probably would have been a weird wording.
Well, I get
But
fat stacks. Fat
Make
stacks
it
of what?
open-ended.
Yeah, fat
Make
stacks.
it.
Oh,
Make it.
make it open-ended?
Make it open-ended. Yep. So
Okay.
when you're doing cards, don't do yes or no questions. Do open-ended.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So basically, if we take Yancey's question,
Mhm.
which is a yes or no, and taking the frame of it, if you want to reframe the question to what is the outlook of Yancey's financial situation,
Uh-huh.
that would be a good way to read it.
Gotcha.
And we got an ad break popping right now, so.
Okay. Well, let me know when it's done so I can. I'll just shuffle the cards in the
Yeah.
meantime. Yeah.
Yeah, give it like I think like a minute. I paused it for a bit in the previous reading,
Okay.
and so like this one goes. So yeah, we got about 50 seconds, and then we'll be back. I don't have ads either, Yancy, but
Do do do. We're just serenading people right now.
Wow, 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 wow. Luckily, Yancey doesn't have any ads. Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so we can read anyways. All right.
yeah, we can go anyways.
All right. Let me just
And
do
then
one
while
more
you're
shuffle.
pulling that out, I'm going to give directions to the adopted child.
Okay.
My cousin lives with my uncle basically across the street. So he comes over and hangs out 'cause he's the same age as Matthew.
Don't just ask for a free mediumship reading. Do I? Yeah, you just asked for one. So you're second in line, Stephanie. So just hang tight for a second, and we'll get to you.
Yeah, and then since you have the chat from the different ones,
Uh-huh.
we'll make sure that we read through them and check. Cause I'm only here to mod the Discord and the Twitch.
The tweets.
I can't do that many. The Twitch.
Yeah, YouTube doesn't really do ads, to my knowledge, during the streams.
Yeah, no.
So, especially since I only have 3 subscribers. Okay.
That
So
makes it easy.
we're gonna ask the cards. What is Yancey's financial situation looking like in the very near future? We have a 1, 2, 3. Fan these mofos out. All right. We're going to see what's at the base of the deck. That's right over here. How many pulls do we want to do? 7? What? Fucking 7. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Ace of Swords, base underlying energy. All right. First card, the Magician. Okay. Second card, King of Swords. This is an interesting pull, man. Not gonna lie. Third, we get the Fool in reverse. Okay. Then we have the Six of Cups upright. Put these down. And we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. It's an up, down, up, down. Okay, 2 reverses now. Judgment. And ends with the Ace of Wands. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. So we start off with the baseline energy being the Ace of Swords. That represents clarity, swift action, an opportunity, in that sort of regard. If you can focus. Yeah, no worries, Stephanie. Sword is coming from going through the tip of the mountain. It's something to do with conquest. Something to do with conquest, Yancey. So it starts off with the Magician, in reverse. Now, upright, this is someone that is able to manifest things, someone that's able to create something out of nothing, the alchemist. In reverse, it represents some semblance of a blockage taking place as far as finances go. What that is, I don't know, but we do have the King of Swords. There's a lot of conflict from the get-go, because you get 2 swords, right? But both of them are upright, which means that in the clash, it's seeming as though that you are the prevailing force for whatever it is. The Fool in reverse is kind of like a hesitation. Upright, it means new beginnings. Reverse, yeah, I'm getting some sort of hesitation. You get this little kitty cat, so Yancey. It's almost like paired next to the King of Swords, you have some sort of clarity for what you want, but there's some sort of hesitance to, I guess, start on the journey, so to say. But the fact of the matter is that you're not going to start on your journey if your emotions are fully in check. If you feel like everything's right, there kind of has to be some sort of catalyst, right? There has to be some sort of catalyst that makes you want to do what you're going to do. After that, holy fuck, it's hot in here. Then you have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and this could be somebody, someone that's holding something close to their chest, but it's in reverse, so maybe it's pretty out in the open. But essentially, I guess it's kind of paired with the Judgment in reverse. It's kind of there is something that is not coming to a head yet. Something that's not coming to a head yet, and I guess that is basically responsible for whatever sort of opportunities you're not taking in order to make some good finances for yourself, Yancey. So yeah, that's basically what I got. Vana, do you have anything to say, or are you still kind of?
So it was actually really interesting,
Mm-hmm.
the reading itself, because it felt like there was a lot of accuracy, but I also feel like there's a part of it that plays into how much self-control can change the outcome. You know what I mean?
Interesting. Yes. And what do you think kind of points to that?
There's just this weird, I'm getting a weird feeling on it. It's that's the current state of it, right?
Right.
That's the way that it is right now, but I get that it's not solid, not concrete. There's an aspect of self-control that comes in
Mm-hmm.
that could either make or break. reading.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, because and I want to disclose to everybody who's watching, who's getting a reading. Readings are guidance, they are insight, but they are not always going to be set in stone. So things can happen similarly to the reading.
Mm.
If the reading has themes, the themes can appear, but it may not always appear in the way that you expect. And then there's also potentially things in the readings that tell you this is what you need to know or this is what you need to change.
Hmm.
And I think part of that was in here. So Tariq, I'm gonna ask you,
Uh-huh.
you've read the cards, so what I want you to do now is kind of close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths for me, clear your head.
Head is clear.
Perfect. Now tap into Yancey's energy and kind of see if you can dive deeper in your mind's eye, not necessarily just through the cards, but try to hear the messages that kind of float around Yancey and see if you can pull any of those out. And they don't necessarily have to pertain to Yancey's financial situation. There could be other messages that Yancey is meant to receive in this moment.
Hmm. The word that comes to my head right off the bat is slope.
Mm-hmm.
I get, well, secretive, but Yancey is kind of secretive in his own sort of right. Um,
Mm-hmm.
let's see. All the words that I'm getting have like this "seh" at the beginning of them, so I'm getting
Mm-hmm.
celebratory. Um,
Mm-hmm.
let's see what else.
And then
Fried,
when you,
fried. I'm getting fried. I'm getting fried from Yancey.
yep, and when you get these words, kind of pause on them and see, like, is there anything else that comes through?
So kind of flesh them out.
Yep, whether it be images or because so the way that mine come through is sometimes I'll get realistic images and sometimes my brain takes these images and shows me a little cartoon animation of
Hmm.
a metaphorical to the reality.
Right. Oh, when I heard fried chicken. No, not heard, but like the word fried chicken came to my head.
No worries. When you said slope, my brain heard slippery slope, and I was like, okay.
Ooh,
And now we're on fried chicken, so
fried
Yancey's
chicken.
Yancey's doing some things here.
Yeah. He's cooking up some real shit. He's
He's
cooking up
got to
some.
he's got to what? Open up a KFC, Popeyes.
Yeah.
I think it's you need to open up your own fried chicken joint, Yancey, and that sounds like the slippery slope to success. Uh,
Well, I know Yancey does like to cook, so Um, hmm.
and I think part of it, another question on that, and this one is more for Yancey than for us. It's Yancey, do have you had or toyed in the mind, and I feel like this has crossed your mind in a fleeting way, not necessarily in a full-blown serious thought, of opening a restaurant somewhere.
Yeah.
Ha!
Ah, there we go. Yep.
Yep,
There we go.
there it was. So it sounds like with what Tariq is saying, I don't know why it came through as fried chicken,
Open up
but
a
the
chicken
self
joint, dude.
I mean, everyone loves
You,
fried
you,
chicken,
you should call it
but
Popeyes.
really, but I mean, technically, it's one of those things where if you can attain your dream and practice the self-control and the discipline, there may be a potential for a positive to owning a restaurant. But um, based on the reading itself, there is that level of this isn't necessarily a concrete, it's kind of more in your hands.
Right. I mean, like you just I guess there's something that is getting in the way of you manifesting this sort of thing. That's
Mhm.
that's all I really
So
and
I
I
feel
mean,
like
the only person that gets in our way is ourselves when it comes to anything. At the end of the day, at least that's my outlook on
I'm
things.
sensing fear toward like going after the dream, and I'm also sensing a sense of wanting to be rooted somewhere before pursuing anything.
Hmm. Huh.
That's just what I got.
Yeah.
I don't know Yancey very well,
Yeah.
so
Yep. All good. All right. All right. Stephanie, you still there? What do you want? What's on your mind? What do you need a reading for?
talk to us. And if anyone else out there is also looking for a reading, please feel free to drop it in any of the respective chats. Tariq can use all the guinea pigs that we
Yep.
can provide.
While I sit here and just make AI generated images of Beyonce opening a fried chicken restaurant, and I got a good one here.
It says, hold on, we're connecting to your channels. Okay, it's
Oh,
back.
interesting.
Okay.
There we go. Now we're back.
Mediumship. So basically, what's going on is, Stephanie, just to make things clear for you, is that right now, Vana, she is a professional medium, and I am learning from her. So what you do is you ask me some questions, and then I read them for you. If there's a specific sort of thing that you want to learn, you can ask Vanna directly. And yeah, um, so yeah.
Yeah, we're here. So, and to kind of clarify, so mediumship, it kind of depends if you want to talk more about it being psychic readings, that's a more general. Mediumship is more so the ability to hear, see, feel, talk to, be passed on, if you will. But tarot cards and other tools are more of a platform to help psychically learn how to communicate and hone in those skills. But that's kind of the general of what we're looking at and what we're working with.
And they be the tools, you know.
Exactly. But I would say if you don't have anything specific as far as a concern, you can always request a general just to kind of see how things are panning out right now and what to kind of look at or consider for going forward.
So what's it gonna be, Stephanie-san? And keep on shuffling the decks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get so good at shuffling. By the end of the year, I'll be like freaking Gambit from X-Men.
Hell yeah.
You're gonna be better at shuffling cards than a casino table dealer.
Oh my god.
I know. Oh, okay. Um, yeah, I mean, so I'm gonna let Tariq pull cards on that, but I did get some inklings there, and I feel like this one is gonna be more of a personal nature, so I'm going to be kind of
So if it's a relationship
general
reading, I'm
advice.
going to the relationship cards.
Good plan.
Yeah.
And what I'm going to do right now is, Stephanie, this is a sensitive one, and I think I picked up on some of what he may have done. And I can't tap into his feeling, but I can definitely tell that it was something that hurt. So I'm going to have to pull the cards and kind of walk you through that one. And Tariq, the way you'll want to frame this question to the cards is, what did Stephanie's male counterpart, what crossed Stephanie's male counterpart's mind
When he did what he did.
before and during doing what he did.
Okay. Boy, it is hot. do one more. All right. What did Stephanie Hancock's male counterpart, what was he thinking when what was what we were going to ask? The exact
So,
wording?
what crossed Stephanie Hancock's male counterpart's mind before and during doing what he did?
Okay, what did Stephanie Hancock's male counterpart, what was he thinking, what crossed his mind when he did and what he did and afterwards? That good?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to take a few deep breaths. All right. Let's see what's at the base of the deck. That's the base card. And then let's see how many we're going to pull. I could do 4 or 5. We'll do 5. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. So at the bottom of the deck, it is the 7 of Swords in reverse. That's the baseline energy. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Then we have the 2 of Cups in reverse. Then we have the Queen of Cups, as you guessed it, in reverse.
Mm-hmm.
Star in reverse. And then we have the Sun at the very end. Upright. I mean...
The sun at the end upright is good.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh mein Gott.
Oh my god. Okay. Let's start off with the baseline energy. Just want to make sure everything is in line. Yeah, this is cold. I'm getting some very cold-blooded energy from this. So 7 of Swords in reverse. Swords, it's wind energy. It's conflict. It's if I can I haven't pulled this before in this deck, so I'm looking at this guy. He's looking out to the stars. Swords are behind him, but there's trying to see there's one sword stuck in him. I'm gonna have to pull out the booklet for this one because it kind of eludes me to a certain extent. Hold on one second.
Oh, Stephanie, don't be sorry. What I got before he pulled the cards, I know, I feel the pain in it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
7 of Swords. Okay, element air, astrology, moon, and Aquarius. Keywords: feeling ineffectual, delusion, feeling inept, pessimism, subterfuge, theft of ideas, mental procrastination, just doing enough, falling short of the mark, working beneath your own standards, being underhanded, spying, a fact-finding mission. Okay, but it's in reversed. Being caught out, feeling ashamed of your actions, blaming others, making excuses, walking away at a crucial point, revealing who you are, uncovering a sham. I feel as though that's you.
Yep.
That's you kind of
The
like...
illusion.
Yeah.
The
So...
illusion broke. And Stephanie, you're welcome to confirm at any point in the chat, but that card represents that the illusion that was built broke.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, in the first one we get after that is essentially the Ace of Pentacles, right? And, that's definitely an opportunity. It's abundance, but it's in reverse. So it's kind of I'm getting shattered dreams right from the get-go. And then we have the 2 of Cups in reverse, which is essentially what a lot of people think the Lover's card is, but the Lover's card usually has to do with a decision. This is just, I suppose, a lack of union. Just knowing that something is not knowing. Well, I mean, kind of in this case, kind of realizing something is just not going to work out. Um, yeah, it's. I mean, reverse. They're facing each other. Reverse. It's kind of like facing away. It's like a strong positive negative charge, right? You're not sure what that means in for which card, the Two of Cups.
Ah, the shattered dreams. Okay, so what he means by the shattered dreams is I feel like there was a kind of like a hope for this person and what they meant to you and where you were going to go, and that kind of was dragged, for lack of better words, that was dragged through the mud.
Yeah, essentially. Um, yeah, and it's like there's kind of like a a demag mag magnetization. Is that the right word? Demagnetized.
Um,
It's
yeah.
demagnetized. Whatever's happening is completely demagnetized at the moment. There's like kind of like this sort of push pull sort of ordeal going down. Um, then we have the Queen of Cups, and I mean, like a lot of it is the cups. They deal with intuition, emotions, and the Queen in the tarot is deals. It's the mature version of the page, right? Um, and it feels as though that he wasn't really following his intuition. I think a lot of this is pretty much getting stuck in his own head about this whole ordeal, you know? Um, but beyond that, what was the reason why he was stuck in his head was a particular dissatisfaction of some particular component of the relationship. Um, and the star is in reverse too, which means that the star represents hope, and it doesn't feel like there's any hope taking place. Um, it's the North Star is kind of drunk. It's kind of wobbly. There's a lot of lack of intuition taking place, but at the end of the day, there's the sun upright, which means that there's something bright in the future if you handle this situation accordingly. Um, the sun brings warmth, it brings joy, optimism. It breathes new life into things. The whole world literally revolves around the sun, right? And in this card, right, it's like he's paying tribute to the sun. So something has been illuminated, or something will be illuminated, um, by the end of all of this. He wasn't himself. He was stuck in his head. It was another passing beyond us. So someone died, or what do you mean by passing? Um, is there anything else that I want to pull from this? This is right.
So while I was kind of so Tariq, I get what this is about.
Uh
Okay.
huh.
Give me a second, Stephanie, because it is heavy. Um, but
Uh,
I have a feeling I know what you're talking about. Um, it's so the issue with this is I'm picking up on all of the emotions, but I'm not picking up on something solid. So you're gonna have to I'm going to be standing outside for this one, for the fresh air, the pacing, and to be able to actually read this in a way that makes sense, because I'm actually overwhelmed with the feeling of all of it. And Tariq, since I won't be in front of my screen,
Mm-hmm.
I will need you to, if Stephanie sends messages through while
Yeah,
I'm kind of
yeah.
spouting.
Okay, so the only one that she sent since then is that he had survivor's guilt.
And Stephanie, correct me if I'm wrong, he is no longer physically with us. Is this correct? Because I'm feeling a lot of things right now that I cannot fully place. There's a lot of pain. There's a lot of regret. It's a heavy feeling. There's a tightness in the chest. It's very overwhelming.
She says I am so sorry. Hey, no need to
No.
apologize. Don't
Don't
apologize.
apologize. And I'll give you background on myself and why you should never have to apologize. My job as a medium is to ensure that people actually gain clarity and closure when they weren't able to get it in life. An example of that is when I was working with the Paranormal Society down in Texas. I was called in on site to read a suicide that had happened within 24 hours because the family could not figure out why. Um, they were slotted for only an hour. I stayed there for an hour and a half because there were so many messages coming through that I wanted to be sure that they got all of them. So do not apologize. This is what I do. Um, there's deep, so I'm going to portray the feelings, um, because I do feel, and not to air the laundry, luckily we don't have names, right? So it does feel like a suicide happened here. Um, just based off of the feelings that I'm getting, it's heavy, it's painful, there's guilt, it's dark, it's regret, it's sadness, it's tightness in the chest, it's lost, there's chaos in the brain, there's not understanding why. And in that moment, in the before, it was so consuming that there was no possibility of this person thinking about what they were doing in a way that would make sense to everyone else around them, if that makes sense. And just to see if I have the right person, I want to know that I'm tapped into the right person. It can either be the one that caused the survivor's guilt, or it could be the one that you're wanting to, you're asking about. I get kind of, it's not long, it's kind of like a medium-ish
She said yes.
to
That's what
short.
happened.
Yep, and it's like a short to medium. He's got kind of like a, it looks like it could be brown, but it's not like a dark brown, kind of like a sandy brown is what I'm seeing for the hair. I'm trying to get all of the details in. Um, this is going to sound weird. I don't get that he was a very bulky person in terms of his physical build. Is this seeming? Am I tapping into the right
She
person?
says she says complete sense.
Yep. Okay. And I'm just waiting for validation of if I'm tapping into the right person with the physical description. Because if I am tapped into the right person, I can keep going. because this person, and I apologize, I am vaping during this because of how heavy it is. I'm actually pacing outside on the back deck vaping
She
because
said,
of,
yeah, short brown hair. He was not bulky.
yep. And he was, I'm trying to get a height. I'm not seeing a height. I'm seeing from, so when I'm seeing him, I'm seeing from the chest upward. I'm not seeing like a full body. Um, but it's good to know that I've tapped in. I don't see his face, but I do see his hair and I do see his facial shape and body type pretty clearly. He's not quite lanky, but he's kind of close. Um, but I do need to share that the regret um followed into the after, and the regret is still focused on the survivor's guilt, but there's also the other side of I hurt more people. Um, and it's gonna take, I don't know, I can't promise, I can't say if he will come to terms with it and process through it in the after. Um, right, but I can definitely say that it's there. I feel like this was within the last 3 years. I saw a three. I don't know why I saw a three. It didn't really. I see a three.
Wait, hold on. She says, that is all I seen on video. I had to watch chest up. I don't,
Mhm.
I don't know what that means.
No, it makes sense to me because I'm seeing what she saw to some extent. Chest up, face, and then like shoulders and neck, and that's pretty much what she knows. So like the height, but the build, she could see his hair color,
Uh-huh.
um, and things like that, and body structure. So, um, and I feel like this is someone that you weren't um physically around, and that most of this was via like video call communications and things like that. This friendship, relationship, connection type deal was predominantly via remote, if that makes sense.
Well, I mean, all this kind of the reverse star does kind of make sense in that sort of regard. Losing hope.
Yep, yep. The sun card indicates, and you said that one was upright, correct?
Uh-huh.
Now, I can't say exactly how long ago it was. Like literally all I see is a three. And when I see a number, but there's no like resonating descriptor to follow it, it
She
could
says
mean
no.
it
She
was
says no. We live together.
okay. Um, it was, I don't know why I keep seeing a three. It could indicate March, it could indicate 3 years, it could indicate 3 months, it could indicate 3 weeks, it could indicate 3 days. I'm getting it in a sense of time, but I don't know what kind of time. But I keep seeing three. It's a weird one.
She says I wasn't here when he did it.
Ah, okay. That explains
The whole
that one.
remote thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and that explains the Shattered Dreams card trick that
Mm,
ties into it.
right.
Um, the sun part, the sun card, I can't tell you where he is in the healing in the after, right? But I can say that the sun is the indicator of healing and positivity. It's gonna be the
I mean, like, I'll say what my intuition kind of told me is that
yeah,
like
I'm in.
the next life is going to be a little more forgiving and a little more optimistic for him.
Yep. And I also feel like there's a sense of healing for her
Right.
in that card as well. It hurts now,
Right.
but there's going to be like it's basically like shit. You guys are gonna laugh at this. The song Annie, the sun will come out tomorrow. That song started
Yeah,
playing in my
yeah,
head.
after it's always darkest before dawn, right?
Yep, yep. So Stephanie, I think I've hit a wall with that one, but I hope
She
I gave
says
you what you needed.
3 kids. Oof.
I feel that. I really
I'm
do.
really
I'm a
sorry to
mom
hear
of
that.
4. Yeah,
Oh wow, so
Stephanie, I feel
that's
you.
already the 3 you got, huh? Damn.
I kept seeing 3. I didn't have very much to go on
Yeah.
off of that other than 3, but it's and
Congratulations!
Stephanie, I do feel you, and
Thanks for the
I'm a mom
follow.
of 4. I get it. I do, and it's gonna get better. The sun does indicate the sun card does indicate that there will be a turnaround. I can't tell you exactly when, but it will come around. There will be healing.
That the 2 of Cups in reverse kind of makes sense that they weren't together at the time. I mean, she wasn't there when he
It
did it.
also right, and it kind of indicates the um kind of like the ending of the closing of the physical relationship, right?
Right.
Is the other way to read that card.
Right. Right.
But Stephanie, I hope you were able to get something out of that. I gave what I could on there.
Okay. All right. Stephanie. Listen. My heart really goes out to you. That's it can't be easy. That is not never an easy topic, and I mean, I hope you get the healing that you deserve, and the kids as well, because it's. I mean, it's something no one ever really wants to go through, and no one should have to go through. Um, well, I appreciate that, Stephanie, and feel free to come back anytime for a reading. Okay, we're here for you. Um,
Absolutely. And Stephanie, you're always welcome. You can so I know Tariq has the Discord on here, and Tariq, we have other avenues to contact us in case she does need additional messages to
yeah,
come
yeah,
through.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. We've got the Discord. And Vana, she runs the whole like occult section of the Discord. So you want some readings, you want some guidance, you want some help, you want someone to talk to. We're here for you. All right, so next up we have Phantom Punk 007. May I have a reading on what's coming my way soon? All right.
Absolutely. And
Uh,
Stephanie, I'm gonna wrap up with Stephanie real quick, and then
mm-hmm.
we'll jump into
Yeah.
Phantom Punk. We got you. So Stephanie, the messages, I do want to let you know. So I may or may not get residual messages, um, up to, I think the last one I did was about 3 weeks that I kept getting messages. So if anything does come through, I'll have Tariq, figure out a way to coordinate how to get those messages to you.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And then Phantom, we're gonna transition over to you now, and what's coming your way. All right, we can definitely run into that one with you and dive through the roots there.
No, thank you, Stephanie. It's a pleasure, having you trust us to read something so vulnerable. So, it's an honor. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Especially coming from an amateur like me. Okay. Phantom Punk. So since this is not a love reading, just a general reading, we will pull out the other deck that I use.
And we're gonna.
I feel like our streams are getting more and more momentum with everyone as far as people coming in. It's kind of cool.
I'm loving everyone coming in
Yeah.
asking for readings. It's good practice for you, and if I get anything supplemental, it allows me to kind of give them what they need, which is the whole purpose that I have, right?
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
exciting.
Yeah.
Keep joining us, even if you don't ask for a reading. See what's going on for other people.
I mean, listen, I'm learning, so you can learn. So if you guys have any questions, just ask away, man. Ask away.
And you can either send them to Locust here on Twitch, Discord, YouTube, whatever avenues
Mm-hmm.
he's got. And if you need to get in direct contact with me for any specific needs that are outside of his training, he can always either get them to me or tell you how to get to
Yeah,
me.
yeah, exactly. And we're here every Monday night, around 8 p.m. doing
Pacific
this.
time.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So, cards. Let us know what is going on with the person behind the Twitch moniker of Phantom Punk 007. That's a 1, a 2, and a 3. Let's go. Fan it out. All right. How many cards are we doing? 5. Okay. Base of the deck is over
Terry,
here. Yep.
do me a favor after you pull your 5, pull
Mm-hmm.
out an extra 3 and set them aside for the end,
Okay.
but don't flip them over yet.
4, 5. Then we're gonna pull out an extra 3. 1, 2, 3. Till the end, as in the end of the stream or the end of the pull?
End of the pull. So
Okay.
let's go through the base cards first.
All right. So the
because
base card is the World in Reverse, and we have the Devil.
Oh.
I don't get this one often. It's a pretty cool interpretation for the Devil on this one. Ace of Wands in upright.
Don't panic yet, Phantom.
4. And we got the 4 of Wands in reverse. We have the 3 of Pentacles upright. And then we have Justice upright at the end. Very interesting.
Indeed.
So the first card, the baseline energy, is the World in reverse. You could say that the world... Hold on. You've been getting Justice a lot lately, huh? Interesting. Well, you know, I think that's awesome that you're getting Justice a lot lately. So the baseline energy is the World in reverse. You know, the world kind of represents harmony, and in this deck, it's kind of hard to see because it's kind of blurry. But the sea turtle's right here. Okay, yeah, you can see it a little better. It's a sea turtle. And in this sort of scenario, like, I kind of like it. Well, I don't know if I like it in this case, but I like the idea of the turtle representing harmony, because if you see the way that turtles just swim in the ocean, like, it's almost like they have no rhyme or reason. They're just kind of going with the flow, no exact destination, except, like, you know, when it's time to lay eggs and stuff like that. But in this sort of scenario, I kind of get there's a little not going with the flow, and, you know, you get the Devil, which represents, like, you know, the illusion of, you know, being attached to something, generally speaking. But this card, it doesn't have the 2 lovers in it. It just has the Devil, and he's just looking down at you. So there might be some sort of illusion, some sort of fear that is essentially holding you back from taking an opportunity, that being the Ace of Wands, right? Mm-hmm. Then we have the 4 of Wands in reverse. Vanna, can you look up what the 4 of Wands in reverse actually means in general? I'm gonna kind of just give this because, so, like, you know, over here you kind of have 2 lovers kind of like enjoying, like, kind of like this sort of romanticized sunset sort of thing.
And in the upright, it
Mhm.
represents community, home, and celebration. So
Okay. All right. So in this sort of regard, I kind of feel as though that it is the fear of going out there. You know, I mean, you have the Ace of Wands, which is an opportunity, and you have the Devil preceding that. So there's sort of this fear of, like, I guess, kind of seizing this sort of opportunity, um, and you know, maybe you're a little bit stuck at home but you're stuck at home because you generally are working towards something big,
I
and whatever.
also got the word displacement. I want to throw that word in for
Hmm.
that card. I got the word displaced.
Right.
Um, so kind of like lacking that sense of belonging or lacking the roots or lacking the home or, you know,
Hmm.
thank you for the validation. I enjoy
Yeah.
those. Keep them
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah. Um, but the fact, like, the vibe I get from this, like, especially with the displacement, is what I get is DIY. You know, wherever you are, you may not have the exact resources. It may never feel like the right time, but as long as you stick your nose to the grindstone, right, you're gonna get that justice that you deserve. You know what I mean? So it's more so, I guess, dispelling the illusion of fear and the resources that you may not have. Right? Oh, he says I'm right. Fucking awesome. Nice. Um,
Mhm.
just keep doing it, dude. Even when things don't seem as though that they are flowing harmoniously, you just got to keep doing it. You know, you just got to have faith. This motherfucker over here, he ain't real. He ain't real. Keep pushing forward. Damn fucking straight.
Exactly.
Oh, you're not
And
on an airplane right now. You shouldn't be saying that.
Yeah. So that's what we got, and then we have Vana asked me to pull 3 extra cards for you.
yep,
Um, let's see what they got.
everybody loves George Michaels.
Nice tits 69. How you doing? How you doing, nice tits? You gotta have faith, like George Michael said.
Absolutely, Phantom. And we do have 3 cards that I had him pull aside for
Yeah.
you because I felt like there was an undertone to the 5 that he
Oh,
drew.
interesting.
So
So
great. Can
so
you?
so what we got was the moon upright.
Okay.
Hold on, let me put these down a little
That's
bit.
a great card, by the way.
I thought the moon kind of like represents, like, I guess, illusions, kind of like getting lost in something, you know, because, and it kind of makes sense because the Hierophant is in reverse, is right next to it, and then you
Hmm.
have the priestess in reverse as well. So, like, there is going to be
It,
some sort of
it
confusion because you are not doing things the traditional way. You can't be doing things the
there's
traditional way, you know.
how in tune is Phantom with their intuition? Because that card can
Mm.
also represent following more of an intuition than um
Mm.
than anything.
Yeah, that makes
And
sense. That
then
makes sense, especially paired next to the Hierophant in reverse.
what
Um,
I got was walking to the beat of your own drum. Yep,
yeah.
exactly. Trusting the gut, walking to the beat of your own drum, and
Mm-hmm.
just kind of going with the flow. And then the Hierophant, so the Hierophant in reverse actually validates that in an entire, I feel that on a deeper level, Phantom. You have
Mm.
no idea.
Rather than your logical
Um,
Gemini mind. Interesting.
yep.
Do you know where your
And it's
Mercury is
funny.
in your natal chart? Is it in Gemini as well, or? And nice tits, yeah, you can get a reading, definitely.
Yep, and same with suspicious. You also can have a
Yeah,
reading too.
yeah.
I do want to say, so the reverse Hierophant actually validates the marching to the beat of your own drum between the moon and the reverse Hierophant, because the Hierophant and the upright represents tradition, conformity, morality, and ethics. It's basically like breaking away from what they know to be their norm.
Hmm.
And then remind me what that last one is. Sorry.
The priestess in reverse.
Priestess in reverse. So the priestess is usually kind of like the intuitive and things like that, the unconscious, the inner
Hmm.
voice. It's kind of like trying to suppress it and not listen to it and trying to fit.
Right.
It's contradictory to the moon card, but it's also kind of like you just do it inherently,
Hmm.
or you consciously try to do so.
Interesting. So you're a
Yeah.
Leo ascendant, which means that you are ruled by the sun, Phantom Punk. All right, cool. Let's do a reading for Nice Tits 69. He's telling me that I got nice tits, so or she's telling me that I got nice tits. I don't know, but I'm grateful. I've worked really hard on these tits.
Gotta roll with it. Gotta take the compliments, right?
Exactly. What?
Absolutely, Phantom. Anytime.
Yeah. Be sure to give us a follow if you haven't already. We would appreciate it. Keeps us going, keeps us motivated, and keeps us doing what we do, baby.
Congratulations!
And there we go. Thanks for the follow. All right. So, Nice Tits. What do you need to know? And Suspicious username, no need to apologize. That's what we're here for. So, yeah. You go after Nice Tits.
I'm digging the dealer's choice. Okay, so here's what we'll do. Tariq,
Uh-huh.
put that deck down and grab that other one for me. We're gonna dive into their inner private workings.
Okay.
Shit.
Oh, shit.
That's what I feel should be happening right now.
All right. Who is with me? This is Bana. She is a professional medium. She literally sees dead people.
Literally.
This deck has a mind of its own. Jesus fucking Christ, is that it? Okay, cool.
Oh, those are interesting. How many fell out?
They didn't fall out. Like, they keep on reversing by
Wait.
themselves. Like, they're magical. I swear to God, dude.
That's the point of them. That's the best part.
Yeah, crazy deck. It's like it's always wanting to talk to me.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what they're supposed to do, right?
Yeah. Very magical, right? Wanna see who sees dead people? Who sees dead people? Interest. Oh.
Can you please clarify that?
I think he meant to say your name, but he spelt it with a W at first.
Oh, it happens. I mean, I'm Filipino. Half my family can't actually say my name, so it's okay.
I see nice tits. 69. That's what I see.
Yep.
That's in my vision.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna fan these bad boys out. So, all right.
Thanks, Suspicious. We try.
Oh, thanks, Suspicious. All right. What should I ask, Vana?
Let's do a general that outlines the word that's coming to me sounds very much like a Filipino movie, and that's not accurate, but it's gonna be identify or describe their ultimate match.
Okay. All right. So, cards, I want to know what the ultimate romantic match is for the person who has the moniker nice_knits_69 on Twitch. All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. How many are we pulling? 5. All right. So, at the base of the deck, we have over here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A lot of reverses, I think. All right. Interesting. So at the base of the deck, we have Justice. And we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. We have the Four of Cups in reverse. We have the Ace of Cups in reverse. And we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and then we end with the Ace of Pentacles upright.
This deck reads in reverse quite a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it really does.
I'm
Well,
seeing a pattern.
yeah, right?
And
Um,
Suspicious pointed out that that's a lot of major arcana, and that is
yeah,
not wrong at
that
all.
is not wrong at all. Okay, so the baseline energy is just this. Now, there are a few ways we can read this. First way we could read it is that, someone who is fair and balanced. The other way that we could read it is that someone that brings justice to whatever he's worked through in life. In a sense, like when you push so hard and you don't settle and you finally get justice for what you deserve, right? So I'm not really sure how to read this right off the bat, but let's go to the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, right? Again, this is the second time I feel like we've gotten this in reverse, all right? So this is a woman who, it's the matured version of the page, generally speaking. There is a level of satisfaction with her. So what I'm getting is that, like, in essence, it's someone who won't settle, who doesn't know how to settle, in essence. And that's not essentially a bad thing, but, like, there's kind of like this sort of restless sort of energy that I am sort of getting, where it's someone who is dissatisfied, who has been dissatisfied with a lot of what they've been through, and, they have the Four of Cups right next to them, which means that they're ready to see something that's really good. That, yeah, exactly. Okay, cool. All right. Then we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. You're never satisfied. Is that a twerking ghost?
That's legit.
Yeah, so now we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. Upright, we have have this dove, which is kind of like, to me, represents like freedom, right? In my head, I'm always thinking, whenever I see a dove, the first thing I think about is John Woo movies, because he always finds a way to incorporate doves in his movies. I don't know why, it's just like some sort of signature. So perhaps, there is some sort of like, she has a signature. There's something very special about her that only really that she does in her expression, right? But it's in reverse. So I don't think you want someone who is, I mean, I could be wrong, right? But it's kind of like you don't want someone who is trying too hard to be special. Someone that's just trying too hard, You want someone who's essentially just being themselves. That's kind of what I'm getting from that. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Someone that's kind of stuck, someone that's stuck in their ways. That there's not going to be any sort of crazy change. Someone that's kind of stable, That's the word that's coming to my head when I see the Wheel of Fortune, because the Wheel of Fortune, like, it's about inevitable change, right? But it's kind of like someone that has some sort of aversion to change, in some sort of essence. But someone that is also not afraid to, I guess, take financial risks and opportunities, and that will give you gifts. Perhaps gift giving is their language of love. That's just my cold reading of it. What do you have to say, Ivana?
Honestly, this is kind of one of those really weird ones where it's like a hit or miss.
Right.
It's kind of one of those hit or miss ones, because it's like you have an idea of what you might want, but then the mark keeps changing. The target keeps changing.
Interesting.
the want and the qualities are ever evolving right now, is what
Mm,
I'm getting.
right. Interesting. That Four of
That's
Cups in
pretty cool.
reverse is kind of interesting to me, though. You know?
Yeah.
Because, generally speaking, like, with the Four of Cups, it's kind of like he's not looking at, like, the opportunity that's, like, next to him, right? He's looking at, the other cups and stuff like that.
But
Um,
it's more of a willing to see what's out there
yeah.
and using them as a learning experience to find exactly what
Hmm.
is one.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Interesting. Okay, well, uh, you can confirm or deny. Again, I'm still learning. I haven't been doing this for too long, so I'm learning with you. I'm learning through you because you're my guinea pigs. So if that's about it,
Woo!
nice tits. We will be moving to suspicious username, and if you feel so inclined to, give us a follow and thank you for letting me experiment on you. Hope to see you
Lab
around here
rats. Yay!
again.
Sorry.
Dealer's choice. Okay. All right,
Ooh,
let's go.
buddy. I mean, we say experiments in the most loving possible way, right? But
Yeah, exactly. Let my intuition tell me what I need to hear.
all
I
right.
get full
So Tariq,
control. Okay.
yep. So Tariq, you'll want to put down the cards for just a minute. Do the 3 deep breaths with your eyes closed and just kind of hear what
Yeah.
might be needed to be shared in this instance.
All right. I'm gonna turn off the lights because we need them right now. Phew. Thank you, suspicious username. Oh yeah. All right.
All right, you got this.
Do a few shuffles. Oh, that was a bad shuffle. That was not a good shuffle. Do that
And
again.
remember, if any fall out,
Mm,
those ones are meant to be part of the reading.
gotcha.
Yep.
My hands are feeling a little clumsy right now. There we go. Back in the flow. Back in the mix. Two and oh, thank you, suspicious username. All right, so right now we are going to learn, or we are going to tap into the person behind the moniker suspicious username on Twitch. Cards, tell me what I need to know about them and allow my intuition to guide me. Thank you. All right. How many are we pulling for you? The number that came up was 8. So here's what's at the bottom of the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, here we go. Whew! Baseline energy for this read is strength. Baby. Then, first card is Chariot in reverse. Second one is King of Pentacles upright. Fourth is Ace of Wands in reverse. 5 is Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Next one is Knight of Wands upright. Next one is Three of Cups upright. And the last one, Death. All right, let's start this off. Clearly, Ace of Wands is coming up a lot for you, huh? But this is the Knight of Wands. Oh, no, yeah, Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands, yeah, that one's over there, yeah. So, yeah, the first one is Strength. So, your baseline energy, you're a strong person. I don't know if it's a strong person physically, but I get the sense, given how you gave me permission to read your energy, the fact that you knew was a lot of major arcana in the poll, that a lot of your strength comes from your intuition. That's just my guess. Now, the first one that we get is like cats and puppies, join. Very kind man, right? So yeah, we get the Chariot in reverse. All right. Some sort of indecision. I don't know what that indecision is all about, because you have the King of Pentacles next to that, right? And from what I'm able to gather, the King of Pentacles is that dude that people just go to when they need some sort of advice, when they need some sort of resources. The philanthropist is the word that comes to my head. And like you look at this card over here, right? King of Pentacles. Hold on. There is just so much abundance around him, you know? And it's almost like, and I might be projecting over here, you know, because this is something that I go with, that I kind of struggle with as well. It's the idea that you have so much to work with, right? But you are kind of hesitant for some sort of reason to essentially, I guess, allow yourself to flourish into this sort of wise man, so to say. That's just a wealth of information, generally speaking. And I think that kind of like goes hand in hand with this sort of Ace and Wands in reverse. Such big flattery. Very true, big indecisions. Yeah, so Ace of Wands in reverse. Yeah, it's kind of like this thing where it's kind of like, well, it's kind of paired with this thing over here. Here's the thing. I totally understand if this is what I'm thinking, because it have you had it where like the rug is just kind of swept from underneath you no matter how much you try, you know? I might be projecting again. But like it's kind of like you build yourself up to something, right? The Ten of Pentacles, it's like legacy, it's long lasting stuff. It's how you envision life to be and all that sort of stuff. And the rug is just kind of always kind of pulled from under you no matter how many times you try. But then you get the Knight of Wands right next to it. And it's like, you don't let up, you don't give up. So far, I'm right. Hey, not bad. You don't give up. You know, there's a fiery passion inside of you. And if I can remember correctly, if it's a yes or no question when it comes to the Knight of Wands, it's always a yes. So what is it a yes to? It's a yes to fucking partying, dude. It's a yes to fucking partying. It's a yes to like just kind of like partake in whatever sort of community that you build around you. You know, it's like you take that fire, that action, right? And you inevitably will get your sign is Sagittarius. Oh, Sagittarius, my 12th house. Yeah. you're ready to. I mean, like you've got what it takes, no matter what kind of like gets in your way. It's almost kind of like the positive spin that I put on it. It's kind of like when you finally topple that sort of David and Goliath beast. You know what I mean? And in doing so, once you kind of like embrace all of that, change is coming. Whatever old paradigm needs to go is going to go, inevitably. So long as you just kind of keep on believing in yourself and doing what you're doing, So, Sagittarius, I know, is like naturally drawn to things such as like astrology. I believe tarot cards as well. So, just keep following your occultic passions and you'll get to where you need to get to. And change is on the way. Holy crap. So I was looking at the bottom of the deck for my other card, right? For my other deck, for some reason it popped up and like what was at the bottom of the deck was a Lovers. You never know. Might be a sign. So yeah, you got anything to say to that, Bana? You knew death was coming.
Ooh, that's a turn. No, it's death is that transformation. Just remember, death does not mean you are going to die tomorrow. It means it's a transformation. So let's make that clear for people who aren't familiar with tarot, right? The other thing was the Lover's card. Duality and balance came to mind. Yep. So I think those are key lessons, is just maintaining balance and kind of juggling the duality in the most, I guess, level way would be the best way to say it. That's the only extra. The cards are pretty spot on, I will say, from an intuitive perspective on my side. And keep in mind, as a medium, I tap into everybody living and dead. So if I didn't tap into you, I'm tapping into somebody, and I have no idea who it might be.
Duality and balance. Yeah, I agree, she says. Nice. Is there anything else that you wanna ask before? I think someone else said, I like cats and puppy 4L. I don't know if you're still there. Do you want a reading as well? If you haven't already, we would appreciate it if you give us a follow. It gives us more motivation.
Congratulations!
Why, thank you.
And also, just a heads up, so we're going to be able to take about 1 to 2 more readings.
Okay.
And then we're going to be calling it a night team because, man, I got to tell you.
Fair enough.
Secretly an old person.
Secretly, I don't know.
Is Mikey, is I like cats and puppy 41 still there?
He's still there. I've seen still the viewers, but nope, just disappeared on that right now. So man, just dipped out.
Hey, Vonna, I got a question, because when I was meditating the other day, right, I started hearing voices.
We do have one.
Oh, you do have one? Oh, you got someone wants a reading.
There's somebody else. Yeah, somebody else popped in.
Ahub? Ahyub. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. Ahyub, sorry if I mispronounce it. Yes, you may get a reading. What would you like to have a reading on?
Well, for now, while we wait, go ahead and finish it.
Yeah. So, I heard voices, but like it sounded like chatter at a party, where like, you can't really just, it's just a bunch of people. Yeah. Like, and it sounded like kind of far away, but like close enough. And it was like at 3 a.m. while I was meditating. So no one was up, Is that what it's like to hear dead people?
That's literally what I hear all the time. And you can ask Mikey when I'm working, like when I'm doing my actual like day job, because mediumship is great. But I do have to be a little bit of a Clark Kent every now and then. I actually have to have headphones with music blasting in order to actually get my work done. And sometimes we'll
Oh,
be
wow.
laying in bed to go to sleep, and I will hear the chatter all night long, and I will check the whole house. I'll make sure all the TVs are off except the one, and sometimes I have to sleep with documentaries on because
Uh-huh.
if I don't have those on, I will hear it all night long.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Okay, that answers my question. Suspicious username asks, "Is my heart chakra the strongest chakra point?" Just wondering. Are you talking about for
Um,
me, or are you talking about just in general?
are you talking about for Locust, or are you talking about for you? Are you talking about in general? And the reason I ask this is because as a also licensed uh
Oh, she
Reiki
says in
practitioner.
general. She says in general.
Okay. So, um I'm gonna disclose this as I'm gonna preface this with as a Reiki practitioner who's licensed up to level 2, everybody's chakra is balanced differently.
Hmm.
So some may have stronger chakras that are not necessarily the heart. Others may have more closed off chakras compared to others. Now, it kind of depends on the individual. So like for yourself, you brought up the heart chakra. I do see a lot of the green in there, and it is very strong. Um, Trying to tap into you a little bit. Your secondary would be the sacral is what comes next. So it's sacral, and then I see, so sacral and heart seem to be the ones that resonate the most. Your following one after that would be indigo, which is up toward your crown-ish. I normally see the crown as more of a lighter purple, and the indigo is more like your third eye, but it's kind of like in between the two, not necessarily like one or the other. Um, I feel like your throat chakra is not very open. Are you a very subdued person? Do you bottle up a lot of things? Do you feel like you can't speak to others?
Ahyab, it's your first time doing this. Care to explain a little bit? Yeah, basically, what you just do is you ask a question that you have for that you're seeking some answers to, and I use the archetypes shown within the cards to try explaining your situation to the best of my ability. That's what happens. So yeah. Suspicious username says, "Oh me." Uh, yeah, she's talking to you. She's talking to
Yeah, bro.
you.
Yeah, bro.
She says, "I don't really say how I feel. I wait." Interesting.
That's why your throat chakra is a little more dim than the others. That makes sense. That checks out. So
She says,
I
"I
would say for
filter."
you,
She says, "I filter." Yep.
yep. So for you specifically, this is kind of like the order in which I see your chakras from strongest to weakest. Um, while you're shuffling for Ahyab, I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to go ahead and just run
Yeah.
through that real quick.
Cool.
Your heart chakra does come through as the brightest, and then the sacral comes in after that. Your third eye and crown are kind of like level with each other as the next. And then what I see after that is your throat chakra is really dim. It's not completely closed off, but it's dim. And I feel like there's some self-esteem stuff, and I feel like there's kind of like a lack of confidence and a lack of, so the root and the solar plexus actually didn't show to me when scanning your chakras.
Okay, so Ahyab just replied, and it is. He says, "Okay, I guess the question would be: There's this girl that he's met, kind of have a
Mhm.
crush on. Is she a good match? Can I shoot my shot with a light heart? Sorry, it is really my first time." Hey, the first.
All good?
Okay, the first thing I'm going to tell you right now is, why are you apologizing?
Accurate.
Right?
There is no need to apologize.
There's
Your
no need to
questions are valid.
apologize. And no matter what I pull from these cards, I still want you to ask her out without any sort of apologetic sort of demeanor going on for you. Because that apologetic demeanor gets you nowhere. All right.
And I'll preface for the rest of the people who join us here and watch, there's no need to apologize. If you have questions,
Yeah.
this is what we do. There's no
Yeah.
reason to apologize. There are no dumb questions. I mean, I've read some of the weirdest possible things throughout the years.
All right, she says, interesting. I'll work on my throat and root chakra. Thank you. Namaste. I need to work on my root chakra, man. I feel like the Kundalini sort of wanting to like rise through my body, but for some reason it just gets stuck in the root chakra.
Tariq, what we'll do,
Uh-huh.
this is more for us offline in
Yeah,
like
yeah.
real life.
Uh-huh.
When we all do a meetup, I'll do a small short Reiki session
Oh.
on you and see if we can get you slightly
Thank you.
balanced.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. You guys are really kind. Yeah, appreciate that, Ahyab. If you feel so inclined to, give us a follow. And, you know, it just helps us do what we do and gives us the motivation to do so, you know. I mean, this is the most active we've had this going on for us so far, which I'm actually pretty happy about. It's pretty cool stuff. All right. So the cards have been shuffled. All right. And just do this a little bit. Around like this. This is a magical deck. I'm having you know this, by the way. It really has a mind of its own. All right. So, well, I'm going to do a little breath. Well, all right. So, cards, please let me know if the person who goes by the moniker Ahyab on Twitch, he has his girl that he's got a crush on, and he wants to know if that she's going to be a good match, and if he can shoot his shot with her with a light heart. So, here we go. So at the bottom, we have it at the bottom of the deck right over here, and then how many are we pulling? 4. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Ooh, so at the base of the deck we have the Queen of Cups. That's her. That's her, obviously, and it's upright. I think that is a pretty good baseline energy to go off of. Ooh, interesting. Hey, Vonna, real quick, can you do a quick read for the Four of Cups upright?
Yeah, let me go ahead and pull it up in my handy
Oh, did
dandy
someone
pocket.
just give us a follow? For some reason I wasn't able to see it, but whoever you are, thank you so much. It means a lot.
I was
So Four of Cups in the upright.
suspicious granting a sub to
Oh.
Nice Tits.
Oh. Thank you.
You're
That's really
welcome.
sweet.
And then for Four of Cups, it represents in the upright apathy, contemplation, and feeling disconnected. I
Interesting.
feel like that's the hesitation that comes through.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes sense.
Exactly. Then we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. And we have the Five of Swords upright. These are cards. The Five of Swords is not something that I pull often. I'm not too familiar with this. And then the Nine of Wands upright. Okay. So yeah, like there is some semblance of hesitation taking place over here, right? But there's also some sort of opportunity that you're not looking at. There's something, and it may not be what you think it is, but you do got something good going on for you. But you can't be hesitant about it, essentially. Then you have the Nine of Cups. Vonna, can you give me a description for the Nine of Cups? I'm blanking out on it right now.
I absolutely can. So the Nine of Cups represents Uh, just kidding. I pulled up the wrong one because
Huh.
Roman numerals always mess me up. Huzzah.
Huh.
Satisfaction, emotional stability, and luxury in the upright.
That's not a good sign.
Ooh, buddy. And in the and oh, by the way, and in the reverse,
Uh-huh.
so in the upright, the affirmation for it is the I know my worth. I'm
Mm.
just gonna throw out there to Ayub and based off of the nature of your question. So some of this is gonna be intuitive, some of this is gonna
Mm.
be kind of like piecing together a puzzle. I feel like there's kind of like a self-consciousness
Right.
in there or a kind of like a questioning of yourself, like the confidence isn't fully there, like you like this girl, but it's kind of like a am I good enough? Is she the right one? Is it not going to work out? Am I wasting my time? Like I'm getting all of these questions like flowing through right now.
Yeah, okay. This is also what I'm getting to. It is when you have doubt, there is a reason you have doubt. And this Five of Swords card upright kind of says that, where it's kind of like, well, what's the saying that it's saying? Feeling defeated, feeling broken, uh, not standing up for yourself, being heavy-handed. You have to keep it like you said, with a light heart. You have to keep it light, you know. But more important than that is that you have to figure out what is it where there is some component of doubt going on in your inner world, and you essentially have to you have to look into that before anything else takes place. The last card that we get is the Nine of Wands upright. Tell me something real quick about this girl, by the way. Is she kind of eccentric to a certain degree, Ahyab? And while you answer that, Nine of Wands upright. Yeah, dude. This is exactly what I was telling you. So the Nine of Wands upright, what you get is determination, strength of character, digging deep, belief in your personal power, courage under fire, a test of personal power or strength, being able to push through, protecting what you've worked for, defending your rights, protecting your reputation. And the book says, and the moon isn't, it represents the moon decan in Sagittarius. Nine of Wands is normally associated with personal power, stamina, defending your position, or someone else's. Some of you will experience those things today, no doubt. What Nine of Wands advises you to do is look up, look ahead, and see what's coming. This in many ways is the card of tarot reading, being prepared for the road ahead. It may be a big bear that's coming. It may be a flurry of Christmas bills. Whatever it is, arm yourself and meet it head on. They say in dreams, when you're being chased, that you should stop and turn around and face the person or thing that is chasing you, and it will disappear. Which really means it will lose power as soon as you lose fear and replace it with courage. So do that today. Face your fear, face your adversary, face your situation. See it coming and face it. She's certainly not a common person. Yeah, that's like the Venus in Aquarius, the Venus decan in Aquarius. That's what it's all about. So, dude, listen. You got to make it so there is no doubt in your mind that when you approach her in such a light-hearted fashion, and get rid of any of that doubt, that you got this. I think you got this, man. I think you got this. I think the more that you think about it, the more you begin to doubt yourself. So what I'm telling you is, don't think about it too much. Don't overthink it. Overthinking is never a good thing, right? You've got to live in the now, because that is the only moment you truly have. If you are living in the past and the present, if you're living in the future, you're living with anxiety. Yeah, unique is kind of eccentric. So yeah. That's basically, yeah. Anyways, so yeah. What I'm trying to tell you, dude, is Don't puss out. Believe in yourself. Know that you got this. Know that you're the best fucking person for her, and trust your feeling. If you've got like a crush on her, there's clearly some sort of resonance within her that resonates with you. So you gotta find that mutual resonance and lean in on that, but keep it light. Always keep it light.
Sorry, I was also in the chat there.
Yeah, I see it.
With like throwing in a couple, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of throwing in a couple. I didn't want to interrupt your flow, so I was like, okay, this is a good way to like get a couple of the key things that come out while you're talking without interrupting the flow. So, and then I want to add on to this reading just a little bit. I want to make it clear, she's not going to be the perfect match. This is what comes through. She's not going to be the perfect match, but she's not a bad match. And it's also one of those things where it's like, try for it, and if it does go well, despite going into it with a light goal type thing, it's one of those things where it's like there's a lesson from that altogether. Like there's some kind of lesson in that whole thing altogether, that there's something that's going to be gained on a personal level for you in attempting this.
I think like also one thing to focus on is that like the base energy of the card is the Queen of Cups, and like look at her, she is satisfied. She is satiated. They're like, and maybe that is like in essence like a good match for you. Maybe that is what you're looking for. There is no perfect match. We just have to mold each other when in love. At least that's the way I see it.
Yep, I agree with that.
Yeah, just don't become codependent. That's all there really is to it. So yeah, is that it? Any more questions from you, Ahyab? We're probably gonna wrap this up now because Bana is I don't know if you're sleepy or you got some stuff you need to do, but I think this went a little longer than you're just cold.
I'm just old and have
Old.
to mom a little bit.
Okay.
Bed. School starts up soon, and none of us are looking forward to those 6 a.m. mornings.
Oh, oof, God.
And we have an ad up, just a heads up.
Yeah, he just got an ad.
Yep. I was watching an Xbox ad and talking at the same time. Now I'm watching a WhatsApp ad. Just throwing it out there for anybody who doesn't have ads right now. They're zoomed in on a kid's face. I don't know what to do. But yeah.
All right. Well, I think that concludes everything. Bana, thank you so much. This was a cool session. I'm not sure what I did this time around to have people come in and ask questions, but
I think it was the ask for a free reading part that you put in the chat.
Okay,
I think that was really.
That makes sense.
And quite honestly, these were great practice. I think these were really, really good. And I also encourage, come back.
Ahyab, dude, thanks for the sub. That's awesome, dude. I really appreciate that.
Woo!
I think for that not to happen again, this month's Prime is yours. Legit, man. I really appreciate you. And with that being said, thank you for tuning into this stream. We will be back again next week on Monday around 8 p.m. For some more readings and some more practice for my amateur ass. So, hope to see you guys there. Bana, thank you. Mikey, thank you.
Absolutely.
And we will see you guys next time.